1, 2, and 3.
We're here to break ground on our Duportail Bridge project. It's represent groundbreakings are beginnings, and so we're beginning a lot of work that over the next couple years with our construction team led by Apollo and our engineering firm Berger Abam and various staff will complete this important project. It's also, though, it also represents a sense of accomplishment, I think, for the city to get to this point, because spinning up an effort like this for a city our size is a very substantial effort. So we stand on the brink now of actually completing this and delivering the benefits, and the benefits are connectivity for vehicles and pedestrians and bicyclists across the river who have a difficult time now. The benefits are continued economic progress of our city, not burdened or bogged down by traffic congestion. The benefits we're going to see are improved public safety and emergency response, because the fire station completed up the hill behind us is going to be able to serve residents on both sides of the river. You know, occasionally there's the narrative out in the community that this bridge is being built for one segment of the community or another. And that's just not the case. It's going to bring us all together and expand opportunity and the quality of life for everybody.
I guess the bottom line here is that it just kind of shows that if you have a plan and you persevere and you have good people and you surround yourself with good people, good things can come. Sometimes I don't think citizens had the opportunity to really see the vision that was necessary to look out 15 and 20 years as the city fathers did those years ago when we kind of looked at the project. It took perseverance to continue along the line of not giving up on the project, especially when it came to funding issues. It was great that the Senate had the opportunity to pass us a budget, but we were still a little short, and so the city had to do what it needed to do to kind of close the delta, and that was controversial. But without that, we wouldn't be standing here today enjoying the project. And that came with a certain amount of, grief, angst, political upset in a community that really wasn't used to that. And I think that this is an example that if you persevere, the community comes back together. Pete does a great job of saying everything that I would like to say because he does it more concise and he has better talking points. Mine traditionally realize say, hey, thanks everybody. So thanks everybody. Again, our representatives, both from Yakima and our representatives leading the fight, and our council that went there to encourage them to fight the fight for funding. That fight for funding is never ending, right? And John Fox here, Mayor of Richland, helped, I think, a lot immeasurably by educating the public about what this was really all about, whether it was the TBI funding or was it with the bridge project, essentially. There's a lot to be proud of, but this is just another one of those steps of making a better community. And I think that's the proudest thing. As long as we keep our eyes where we want to go, there's going to be short-term side steps, but we got to look where you want to go and build a better community with all the partners that are available to you. We have struggles sometimes when we forget who our partners are, but sometimes you got to reach out and grab them by the hair and say, hey, you're still my partner. But it does happen, and when it does happen, you end up with things like this on a great day. With that, I want to simply say thanks again. Having a vision and having it finally come to fruition is really what life is all about. It really is, and that's what community is all about.
Many of you may not know who or what we are. We're a 21-person board, and we receive about 3 cents of the state gas tax, or roughly about $100 million a year. And with our board, we obviously, when I got hired a year ago, our job is to fund good projects. I wanted a really simple mission. And I will say that within, I think, 6 hours of my announcement of being hired, I got an email from Pete checking in on Duportail Bridge. And what I wanted to share with you is just a couple of things that by law, we're required to allocate our funds by region, and this region includes anywhere from Walla Walla up to Yakima, and that roughly is about $9 or $10 million a year. And our board supported the Duportail Bridge and has allocated $9 million for this project spread out over a few years. So I just wanted to share with you that we truly believe this is an important mission critical bridge and project for the community. And over about the past 10 or 15 years, we've funded 27 projects in the area, roughing in about 27 million, including some of the extension of Duportail Bridge. But in addition to that, I also wanted to talk about what I think is the most important, and that's, and the mayor touched on that, is people and community. I got on the plane yesterday to come out here, and I was sitting next to a gentleman, and he asked me what I did. And normally, you know, oh, you're a government, what is that about? And I explained that I was here for the Duportail Bridge. And he said, well, you know, I'm coming off vacation, I'm a firefighter, and as soon as that bridge is done, we've got an alternate route and redundancy in the system, and this is mission critical for us. I was having dinner last night, and I sat next to a developer, and he said this bridge is mission critical. I was staying at the Hilton, and they can't wait for it. So I think it just validates exactly what you said, Mr. Mayor, that this is really about community. It's not just a bridge. So we're happy to be a partner, and I did want to do one thing because Pete has assured me that this project will be delivered in about 2 years. And since we're just about 6 weeks after New Year's, and you've all done your New Year's resolutions for sticking to that diet, getting taller, taking care of your hair and all that stuff, I'm taking a picture now, so when I'm back here a year from now for the ribbon cutting, I can take notes and make sure you stayed on mission for your New Year's resolutions. So just sit still for a moment. So again, in closing, thank you for the opportunity for being a partner on this most important project, and hats off again to Pete for his diligence and leadership with working with us and our staff and representing your city.
For those of you that don't know what local programs is, basically the federal dollars kind of go through our office to help out and make sure that the communities are able to deliver. And, you know, I stepped into this job about a year ago, and the first thing that I landed in my lap, just like everybody else, was Duportail. It's a big one. It's a big deal. So, first of all, before I get into that, I just want to say congratulations also to the city of Richland for putting together this project and getting us all here today. We've enjoyed a long history of partnering and working with the city, and we're really excited that they're able to put together such a large project, and one that is going to benefit not only their city but also our system as well. And as they pointed out earlier, or as Pete pointed out earlier, the legislature did provide $20 million in Connecting Washington funds. And when the legislature provided those funds, they were looking for projects that would provide practical solutions to their needs, as well as a multimodal connectivity portion to them. And you know, this project delivers in a very big way. As far as improvements, the consultants working with the city were able to find improvements in bridge construction methods, their water main replacement and protection, as well as pedestrian lighting improvements and things like, among a bunch of other things that are going to go better because of their approach. Not only that, they have about 8.5% or $2.4 million are going towards bicycle and pedestrian improvements. Those improvements, when connected with the Greenbelt, is really going to provide some intermodal connectivity and sustainability to transportation in this area. As well, you know, while this bridge connects downtown, as Pete said earlier, you know, it's also going to reduce that commute drive for all the Hanford commuters. No longer will they have to go around I-182 and down 240. They'll be able to take the bridge, and that's going to reduce, you know, some of the traffic out there on Interstate 182, as well as the Queensgate interchange. Like Pete said, it was good to know that he said it started back in 2007 when he started to get the funding, and that's what our records show too. Is WashDOT first got involved back in 2007, and during the course of that, you know, because this took such a long time, there were a lot of changes that took place over the course of the project. Those changes required something that happened to me when I first got on about a year ago, and that was the NEPA needed to be reevaluated. The environmental documentation needed to be reevaluated and approved again because of those changes. what I discovered then, it was going to take a lot of people, a lot of time, and a lot of effort working together. And the city, along with headquarters, DOT, our office at DOT, their consultants, and the resource and regulatory agencies that were involved in improving that, or approving that, and it took them all working together. And in a very short amount of time, some would say unrealistic, Pete, we were able to get it done during the summer, and it allowed us to be here today. Had we missed that, I don't know that we would be here today. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and close as well and just congratulate the city once again for a job well done, and we look forward to the benefits that this bridge is going to provide both to the city and to the state transportation system as well.
We're going to be launching, I mean, we have launched all through the project, but during construction, we're going to try to have a robust public information campaign out there. So our website that has been rather spotty or occasionally updated is going to be a lot more of a live vehicle now that will have regular updates over the construction period. One of the things that we're going to do is erect several time-lapse cameras to try to capture the sequence and the progress of the work, and there'll be a link to those on our website that will occasionally populate with the new action in construction.